Hello, welcome to another edition of the Pace Report. I'm Brian Pace. As you know, over the last 16 years, I've always kept my eyes, ears, as well as feet in the New York jazz scene, listening to as well as interpreting some of the new music that's coming from some of the next generation of great musicians. And tonight here on the Pace Report is no different. Tonight I'm going to introduce you to a pianist who's played with a lot of heavyweights here in New York City and abroad, and who hails from the country of Georgia, pianist Giorgi Mikadze. Now, Giorgi has a brand new record titled Face to Face, the Georgian Songbook Volume 1, which he performed his official record release performance party at the Poisson Rouge recently here in New York City. Now, this gentleman has backed the likes of Dejohnette, Roy Hargrove, Dave Liebman, Ritenour, Michelle, as well as Antonio Sanchez, just to name the many endless few. And in his time here over the last 25 years, he's had a very, very strong foundation in the New York jazz music scene, as well as internationally. Tonight here on the Pace Report, I'm going to sit down and break bread with him, talk about this brand new record. We're going to sit down and reflect on some of the famous Georgian composers in which he pays homage to on this new record, as well as we sit down and talk about how he was exposed to jazz music and some of his influences. So sit back, relax, and enjoy highlights of the official New York record release performance of Giorgi Mikadze's brand new record, Face to Face, the Georgian Songbook Volume 1, live at Le Poisson Rouge, here on the Pace Report, here in New York City. Giorgi, this is a very unique project because you come to America to play Black American music by way of jazz and the blues. But now you put a twist to it. You said, okay, I'm going to play jazz music, but I'm going to play music from my native Georgia. First of all, how long did this project come together? And in doing so, how did you translate some of these composers and put it in jazz form?
Thank you. It's a wonderful question. I was pretty much raised with these melodies, and my first touch with jazz music that I must mention is when I went to my composition teacher, and I was expecting that she was gonna start talking about like classical music forms and stuff. And you know what she did? She played jazz. She played jazz music that she was also self-taught. And she told me, you should check out Ahmad Jamal, you should check out Oscar Peterson. Never heard those names when I was 8 years old. And I didn't even have a record, so I was really amazed when I heard Oscar Peterson's like technique. Because my ears were used to hear like classical techniques and the touch and everything different. But this was incredible. And I started copying what he was playing. It was one of his trio albums. So this is how I heard about the Great American Songbook. And I was a classical pianist, like forming myself as a classical pianist, playing on the piano competitions, winning them, sometimes getting second prize, a third prize, but like improving as a classical pianist. But there was a time when I was okay, I have a tendency to improvise a lot and write music. So, and more and more I was listening jazz music. I mean, once I had I had the opportunity to download all these CDs and listen to like online, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna go to US. Even first time when I came in US, I was in the classical music festival where I formed first ever jazz trio called Tbilisi, a capital name of Georgia. So I felt, this is the thing that I want to do. I came to Berkeley. Berkeley is a school that offers all kinds of genres.
And you teach there too.
Now I'm a professor there, yes. But when I got there, jazz music was not the one that I got crazy about. It was gospel. When I saw Dennis Montgomery playing Hammond B3 and heard this gospel choir, that's where I really learned how to groove, how to get this crazy harmony, contemporary gospel music. So, all together, playing with the Phil Wilson's big band, playing with a microtonal music with Dave Liebman, playing all sorts of projects, organizing Quincy Jones tribute show, singer showcases. I was doing quite a lot of things. And I was like, okay, I have roots, amazing roots that we offer to the world, amazing folk music, the most advanced polyphonic music, I have to say. Actually, they are not my words. And I went really, like I was diving a lot, like with deep with this polyphony. But at the same time, I was growing up with these Georgian Soviet movies that had the folk scores, and the beautiful melodies. And as I said, as Georgia was part of Soviet Union, Georgians are so, like, we love freedom, liberty. It's something, we are so different than other nations, really. I mean, we are real Caucasians, people from Caucasus Mountains, And I do remember there are some. I've read something when Benny Goodman was visiting Soviet Union and he had to stop in Tbilisi. He said this is a completely different place because Georgians, they were putting their heads up when his plane was landed, and we were crazy about his music because, as I said on the concert, we were able to somehow crack this radios and catch the American radio stations. Back then, there was a taboo, and Georgians were listening this jazz music.
You said Voice of America.
Yeah.
Willis Coleman.
Yeah. Yes.
And it's interesting because Willis around the world. He was known. It's not just Georgia. It was Australia.
Yes.
Yes. Germany. Everyone listened to.
In the Soviet Union, when things were taboo, well, we knew him because we were listening, but still it was taboo. Jazz music was taboo in the Soviet Union. Communism, freedom. Well, there were bands playing kind of a jazz music, but not really. You could not say. And actually, one of the the biggest jazz festival was made in '78 in Tbilisi during the Soviet Union.
Who played? Do you know the artists that played?
Art Blakey, Jazz Messengers.
Okay.
Yeah, they had like big names. And it's a really famous festival, Tbilisi Jazz Festival, and the second one is the Plexi Jazz Festival. That actually I was baptized kind of in a jazz world when I opened for Roy Hargrove. And I met John Baptiste. He was a student still in the Juilliard. And I know him since 2010. It's really, really weird. And after we met on the Beantown Jazz Festival, and he was like so happy to see me. Man, yeah, it's great that you came. You have to be here. I do remember his words. And it all started like, okay, I have to. I went to Manhattan School of Music. We were learning jazz with forms and more arrangements, harmony, more like complex forms. With the wonderful teachers such as like Dave Liebman, Jim McNeely, Gary Dial, and that's when I started. Okay, I have to arrange some of the music from these movies. Why not? I make the great Georgian Songbook, arranged these beautiful melodies into jazz setting, And actually, also was when I heard a Puerto Rican songbook by Mikadze, that really inspired me as well. So I was like, okay, it's time to make something for Georgia, for sure. Something for myself as a trio to play music that I like, So that was all the purpose that I made.
listening to this music and watching you play live, I can tell that, you know, jazz music has been really the crux of part of your boredom of classical music. Now, classical music is beautiful, but there's a regiment that you have to play. You can't improvise in classical because everything is...
all interpretations, and you have to be in the aesthetics. You cannot change, you cannot do much.
Right.
You have to respect what composer wrote, absolutely. But jazz gives you freedom, and also, but still there are non-written rules that you have to follow your heart, because you know these melodies are so beautiful and you have to make it better with a groove, with arrangements, with harmony, and you have to know, like every jazz standard has a lyrics, right? So when we play all the things we gotta know what's this song about. It's the same thing, like, you know, when I was telling to audience what was this song about, why, like, you know, the guy is gonna fall in love with this girl, and it's all about it, you know, and you have to mean in your improvisation. You have to mean this in your arrangement before you are gonna do it. So that definitely gave me way how to do it, and I think we made pretty good success with this trio. So happy. Performed here in New York. We had the wonderful shows in Paris, and seems like it's gonna go far, I hope.
Francois adds the whole to the trio, and Jimmy's the yeah. What's it like playing with Francois?
He follows you, and he can make it. He understands your idea right away, and he understands this fragility, like, you know, fragile ideas, and he follows you so well. Same happened with the drummer when we recorded with Raphael Pannier. And same with Jimmy. Jimmy is incredible with time, with feel, with he follows you. It was a wonderful experience. I love being on stage with them. Yeah.
What's it like being Georgian or being from Georgia, playing this music here in America? How easy and how hard is it for you?
You know, I don't think about if it's hard or if it's easy. I just follow my heart, and I'm doing it. I think audience will get it, and you know, I feel it after on the stage when their reactions. You know, now I'm honest on stage, and I'm honest in life too. All my friends know me like this, so you know, I wouldn't say it's hard, it's easy, it's something that I love to do, and I will do it. And if I made this evening for them better than it's supposed to be, then I made my mission completed. Also, you know, I'm happy also after this concert. Because, you know, all this work that I put it together, it had success, and as I said, because of these composers were influenced by jazz music, it kind of fits into jazz harmony also, you know. So I was really I was quite sure that the audience would like it. For example, I performed this in DC last May before I recorded. It was wonderful performance.
Same band?
Different band. Ben Tiberio and J.K. Kim.
Okay.
Yeah, wonderful musicians.
Who are some of your piano influences? Who are some of your jazz influences, musical influences?
Oh, that's. It was actually the first time. I mean, when I mentioned Oscar Peterson, Ahmad Jamal, but the one that I really got in touch was Michel Petrucciani, that opened up for me the Bill-Evans music, and after Keith Jarrett, and I became crazy about Herbie's whole life. He's like early, mid, one discipline. He's electric. I would say Herbie is one of my biggest influences.
He's not afraid to take risks.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, of course, I was listening to everyone. You know, Meldau especially, like incredible as a pianistic way. You know, it's incredible. But after somehow, you know, I was influenced by non-jazz musicians. I mean, as I said, like gospel singers, really. And you know, it all gets together because you know it comes from all from New Orleans turning into a jazz style after it turns into funk music, and it you know it gets layers and R&B, and it becomes, I mean, I'm not gonna say the history of American music, but it's just it's in me. But you know, also I have my own roots, and we speak this language nowadays. You know, Joe Zawinul was from Austria, but he was one of the in like
He was like one of the brothers.
yeah. So started from Berkeley, started as a classical pianist, and one of the guys who really inspired me also, especially when I did my microtonal album 2020 with David Fusinski, Sean Wright, and first time with Mono and Ian, because me and Mono we both studied with Dave, and it's a Georgian microtonal music. It's completely different than what we heard today. So I have these multiple projects, and it's all about Georgia's culture because we have so much to offer. Harmony.
Who was the first jazz musician or jazz pianist that you saw?
It was Michael Brecker on the TV Jazz Partners show, but my ears could not digest it yet because I was too young.
What was the first concert you went to?
Oh, the concert that I went to. Oh, it was back in Georgia, actually. Georgian jazz musicians that I liked it. It was pretty good. But the international artist, I think it was Yaron Herman, or yeah, it was brought some musicians by U.S. Embassy. Yeah. But the one concert that I saw in U.S. that I have to say, one of the memorable concerts, was Charles Lloyd's concert with Jason Moran.
Mm.
And I was doing this Betty Carter jazz program in D.C. I was one of the participants, and you know what I did? I did not clap after the concert. I said the clapping is you have to digest this music, and you have to be thankful that they played this amazing music. And why people are clapping now? They should be quiet and enjoying this moment. I mean, it's really weird. I don't know. I did not clap. I was like, this is lower level or something. It was like, this was like the way they played. It was incredible.
That'll do it again for another edition of the Pace Report. I'm Brian Pace. I'd like to personally congratulate the incomparable Giorgi Mikadze for his time. Make sure you support Giorgi's brand new record, Face to Face, the Georgian Songbook Volume 1, which is now available on Amazon.com as well as iTunes. For more information on Giorgi's upcoming tour dates, please visit him online at GeorgiMikadze.com and follow him on social media by way of Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. I'd like to personally thank the staff and management of Poisson Rouge for their warm hospitality, as well as I'd like to personally thank Roberta Lawrence and Don Lukoff of DL Media for arranging my time with Giorgi. As always, people, I can't stress this more than enough. Please like, share, and subscribe to my videos on YouTube, Facebook, and Vimeo, and leave comments. As always, follow me on social media by way of Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. Until next time, remember, if it's in the groove, it'll make you move. Till next time, peace.